towns included in the warning: Cerro Gordo, just to the west of Chadbourne, Warrens, and Cherry Grove. And this tornado warning issued by the National Weather Service is going to be in effect until 8:30. It's in effect until 8:30 this evening. So obviously, if you're in the path of this system, if you're in this red shaded area, Highway 904, Cerro Gordo wards, you need to take shelter now. If you have a basement, that's probably going to be your best place, but make sure you're heading to an interior room, hallway, or closet. And of course, you want to continue to monitor the WECT weather app here, again, for the latest information. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the radar here. And again, you've got a view of the tornado warned area right there. And this cell is, again, as we mentioned, just to the north of between Tabor City and Fair Bluff. It is moving right now to the east at 20 miles per hour. So I'm going to put a storm track here on this cell here just to give you a sense of the timing of this particular thunderstorm cell. Again, a tornado warning in effect for western Columbus County, northwestern Columbus County to be precise, until 8:30 this evening. I'm going to go ahead and do a storm track here in just a moment here. And again, you can see the cell right here. And again, as we put a storm track on here, you'll see, again, moving to the east at about 20 miles per hour. And you'll see some of the towns that potentially could be in the path of this storm. You can see around Wards at 8:05, the town of Williams potentially down the road. Not technically in the warning right now, but 8:12, and Whiteville could potentially be in this warning area, again, depending on the exact track of the cell, and also the town of Hallsborough down the road, again, if the cell is able to hold together. But again, at 7:52, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near the town of Fair Bluff, or 14 miles east of Mullins, and it is moving east at about 20 miles per hour. And again, the storm being mentioned, Cherry Grove is the town they're most concerned about. The cell will be near Cherry Grove at 8 o'clock. So really, again, if you're in Cherry Grove particularly, make sure right now you're getting to that basement or that interior room or closet. You are definitely in danger at this point. We'll go ahead and take a look at the velocity here as we go ahead and zoom on in here. And it looks like there is, again, you can see some rotation right here. And again, you can definitely see, I'll show it to you here. And again, again, you can see the town of Cherry Grove. I'll circle the rotation right here. Again, you can see right here. This is what we're talking about. Looks like just to the northwest of Cherry Grove. Again, moving due east at about 20 miles per hour. So again, the circulation center likely near the town of Cherry Grove. So that's the cell that's what you've really got to pay attention to right now in the town of Cherry Grove here with that particular thunderstorm cell. Again, moving to the east at 20 miles per hour. And again, I'll do a storm track here. And again, you can see it'll also be moving to the towns of Wards. Wards particularly also right in the path of that particular circulation here. And again, right now it's fairly loose rotation. It's radar indicated tornado. We don't have any indications, at least as of yet, of a tornado on the ground. I can look at another product here in just a moment, but I don't think we're going to have any, at least as evidence as of yet, of a tornado on the ground. This is a radar indicated tornado in the vicinity of Cherry Grove. So again, if you're in the path of this storm, please make sure that you are taking proper precautions. I'll go ahead and move on, show you the warning area here one more time, just a little more in detail. And as I said, tornado warning, northwestern Columbus County. And it looks like we have a new tornado warning that's just been issued by the National Weather Service. This one has been, so now we have two active tornado warnings. We've been talking about the cell near Cherry Grove, and it looks like another tornado warning has just been issued for portions of Bladen County. We're getting ready to get the information on that particular tornado warning. And I'll go ahead and read that particular tornado warning again. This is a new tornado warning issued by the National Weather Service, also in effect until 8:30 this evening. And we'll do a storm check on that one too. But at 7:54, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located near the town of Abbotsburg, 7 miles northwest of Whiteville, and that one is moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. So I'll go ahead and hit the highlights on that particular tornado warning. So again, kind of a rapidly developing situation here from the National Weather Service. But again, you can see Clarkton in that particular tornado warning, very close to the White Lake area as well. So if you're in White Lake, you want to take cover from that one. So Highway 211, just to give you a sense, this is right along Highway 701. You can see some of the towns here: Wooten's Crossroads, Wyatt's Crossroads, and you can see Whiteville. The north side of Whiteville looks like also included in that particular tornado warning. So this is the second tornado warning that we've talked about. I'm going to do a storm track on that one too here. We'll take a look at the velocity image here. We'll go ahead and zoom on in here. And again, this is like the other storm. This is a radar indicated tornado. No indication, at least as of yet, of a tornado on the ground, but it is in the vicinity of the Abbotsburg area. And again, you can see that rotation. I'll circle it here for you here. It is right in this area right here. And it is and this one's moving a little quicker to the northeast, a little bit of a different direction too. This particular cell moving to the northeast at 25 miles per hour. And again, you can see Wooten's Crossword, Clarkton, probably the biggest town that really has to be concerned. So if you're in Clarkton right now, really want to urge you to make sure to go ahead and get into your interior room, closet, and show you the safety places here, and then I'm going to circle back to the other tornado warning. So as of right now, we are under we have two separate tornado warnings, one for northwestern portions of Columbus County. That one's in effect until 8:30, and then also portions of Bladen County as well. So again, if you're in these areas right now, the safest place, if you have a basement, head to your basement or a storm shelter. But assuming you don't have one, safest place is going to be an interior room or closet. You want to put as many windows, or as many walls, I should say, as you can between yourself and the storm. So try to protect your head as well. And again, two active tornado warnings right now in these areas. I'm going to go ahead and circle back here and share the two warnings, and then we're going to take a look at them in a little more detail here on the radar. So warning number one, both of these warnings by the National Weather Service in effect until 8:30 this evening. So the first warning is for Columbus County, northwestern Columbus County, including Fair Bluff, or just near Fair Bluff. But again, the center at the last check of the storm was near Cherry Grove, the town of Wards, and Clarendon. And we'll take a look at the velocity image on that one here, just to kind of give you a sense of where that one is. And it looks like the velocity is kind of holding up here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit closer here. And again, you can see it's kind of some loose rotation. Again, no signs, at least as of yet. I'm going to check and see if I've got any new information from the National Weather Service on either of these storms. I don't seem to at the moment, but right here is the rotation right here, just to the north of Cherry Grove. And remember, this cell, as I said, is moving kind of due east here at about 20 miles per hour. So we're heading right towards the town of Wards along Highway 410. So this would probably pass just to the south of Chadbourn. But if you're in Chadbourn, probably a good idea to take cover. I think the circulation will pass to your south, but always better to be safe than sorry. But Wards, the rotation is definitely heading in your direction. So please make sure that you are taking cover immediately. Now let's go back to the warning here map. And again, two tornado warnings, as we mentioned. The second cell, as we mentioned last check, near the town of Abbotsburg. And we will zoom on in here in a minute here just to kind of give you a sense. But Clarkton is probably the big town in the path of the second tornado warning. I'll go ahead and put the velocity mode here, and we'll take a look at that a little more closely. And that one might be a little tighter here. This one appears to be a little bit tighter than the other cell in Columbus County, but right here near Wooten's Crossroads. So we're talking right along kind of Highway 701, kind of as you head towards Clarkton. And you can certainly see, as we mentioned right here, this cell is moving to the northeast at about 25 miles per hour. So if you're in the town of Clarkton, again, cannot emphasize enough that you need to move to your safe area now. Do not wait. The cell is moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. You need to go ahead and move to your safe area. You need to move to that basement. You need to move to that interior room. Put as many walls between you and the storm as possible, waiting for some new information from the National Weather Service office in Wilmington. But as of right now, we have the two tornado warnings. I'll go ahead and read the latest statement I have on both warnings. We have at 7:52, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado near Fair Bluff, 14 miles east of Mullins, moving east at 20 miles per hour. That's the cell in Columbus County. And then the second cell is portions of Columbus County, but also much of Bladen County. So north central Columbus County, southwest Bladen County. 7:54, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was near the town of Abbotsburg, 7 miles northwest of Whiteville, and moving to the northeast at 25 miles per hour. So, again, here are the two warnings. You can see both of them in effect until 8:30, and on the right you see your action plan right there. So, again, just to remind you, the towns in this area. So there's Clarkton. This is the second warning. Clarkton, Rosendale, Council, Wooten's Crossroads. So a good chunk of Highway 701 is in this particular warning. So if you're in the vicinity of Highway 701 in and around the Clarkton area, especially, that's the danger zone. And you can even see right here north side of Whiteville too, included in the warning. So it looks like the circulation center is just to the north of Whiteville, but better to be safe than sorry. If you're in Whiteville, hopefully you are taking cover from this storm. And then the other warning, as we mentioned, Cherry Grove, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the latest velocity scans here, just to kind of give you a sense, and we'll try to do a storm track too on both of these cells, just to give you a sense of where they may be headed next. May have tightened up a little bit here. Right, I'll show you the circle here. See, I need to get the right tool here. Right here, this is the cell right here. It looks like now the circulation between Cherry Grove and Cerro Gordo. So if you're in Cerro Gordo, you need to be taking cover. I think this will stay to your south, but again, better to be safe than sorry. As the cell, again, this cell is moving due east at 20 miles per hour, still right on track towards the town of Wards. So Wards, south side of Chadbourn. In fact, Chadbourn is probably good idea to go ahead and take cover from this particular cell as we continue to see some loose. Okay, we have a ham radio report here. I'm going to try to report this. Overheard them. Let's see. Okay, we have a report of a possible tornado on the ground in Columbus County near the Red Hill Road area. Okay, this is from Robeson County storm tracker James Martin. So I've not heard officially of National Weather Service, but we've at least got one ham report of a possible tornado on the ground near the Red Hill Road area in Columbus County with that particular cell. Now, we want to get back. We can't forget about our other warning, too. Again, 2 warning areas. I'm going to go ahead and zoom on in here with the... And again, that one may be tightening. Oh, that one's looking a little more impressive here. Let's see. I'm going to try to look at another product here. See if we got any debris on that. Maybe a little bit there. Not obvious that we have some, but yeah, that one's looking a little, yeah, right towards Clarkton. That could be a little bit of debris right there. Let me look at that one a little more closely here. So again, if you're in the town of Clarkton, you need to be taking cover right now. That is that rotation area appears to be tightening up a little bit here. I'll take a little more a scan at it here too, and take a look at the road about the. Right here to the south of Clarkton. And remember, this cell, as we mentioned, this particular cell moving northeast. So again, if you're in Clarkton, I cannot emphasize enough how much you need to get into your safe area right now. I'm going to try to do an analysis here of the speed of the velocity with this particular rotation area, and it is looking a little more impressive, I have to say, right now on the satellite radar composite here. Let's see, and it looks like 36 miles per hour, and yeah, so it's definitely tightening up a bit. So again, Clarkton, definitely take cover right now. And as I mentioned a few minutes ago, this is, okay, we got an update here on the National Weather Service. Okay, we now have a confirmed tornado on the ground. So it's that cell, it's that one near Clarkton that we're most concerned about now. So here's the latest update we have as of 8:06. So this is 1 minute ago. A confirmed tornado located near the town of Elkton, or 7 miles north of Whiteville, moving. Okay, they've now have it moving more east at 25 miles per hour. So again, this is now a confirmed tornado on the ground. So flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. So if your mobile home will be damaged or destroyed, so you've got to try to get to a safe area. Again, mobile homes are not a place you want to be. Trees. Tree damage is likely, and again, this is the National Weather Service. They're saying the tornado, the confirmed tornado, will be near Elkton at 8:10 p.m., Emerson at 8:15, and Lisbon at 8:25. So again, I'll probably do a new storm track on that with the new information that we have from the National Weather Service. So it looks like they've shifted this more to an easterly direction versus a northeasterly direction. So I'm going to do a new storm track based on that. And again, you can really see, and I'm going to get back to this other tornado warning too, but this one appears to be a little more prominent just because it is tightening up, as we can clearly see on the radar. And we can also see that it is right here. This is the tornado. I'm going to go ahead and zoom on into it in a minute here, but I want to do one storm track here. And again, there you can see Elkton right there was mentioned, again, around 8:10, 8:15. So, and again, if this holds together, Council down the road could also be in the path of this confirmed tornado from the National Weather Service. So Emerson, 8:15, Lisbon, as we mentioned, at 8:25. I'm going to go ahead and zoom on in here and take a little closer look at this particular cell here. And again, want to mention, just a reminder here, that we have another warning back around Columbus County. I'm going to go ahead and zoom on in here. Okay, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning. So that tornado warning area has shrunk down a little bit. I want to just do a quick check on that, and then I want to get back to a storm track. But we don't want to forget about this tornado warning either. Here's the latest, let's see. Here's the latest velocity image on that one. Again, you can see it too is... That one is not looking quite as impressive here. So again, this is just a radar indicated tornado, but you can see just to the south of Cerro Gordo, definitely some rotation showing up. It doesn't look nearly as impressive as the one a little bit further to the north, but as I said, it is moving east at about 20 miles per hour. So again, reminder in wards, you need to take cover. Again, this is not a confirmed tornado, but a radar indicated tornado possibly moving in your direction. So that would be moving towards Highway 410, and then of course it would pass just to the south of Chadbourn. So that is that particular tornado warning. But I want to get back to the other warning, because obviously that one is a little more serious, a lot more serious, obviously, with a tornado on the ground and possibly heading very, very close to Clarkton. So we go ahead and zoom on in, and you can see this rotation. It may have loosened up here just a little bit here in the last scan, but again, as of last report, it is a confirmed tornado right here, just to the south of Clarkton, right along Highway 701, just to the south of Clarkton. And I'll go ahead and zoom on in even more so we can kind of get a sense of, so we can get a sense of exactly what we're looking at here. So again, you can see some of the roads in this: Red Hill Road, Memories Corner, Peach Street, Michael's Pathway. Again, so again, that confirmed rotation just to the south of Clarkton. And then if that holds together, there's Elkton. That was mentioned by the National Weather Service, 8:10. So that would be along Highway 211. And then moving a little bit further to the east, you can see this. Lisbon also mentioned by so Lisbon, Rosendale. So probably somewhere in here is where the storm would probably pass next. And then if it holds together, it could be somewhere in the vicinity of Carver's Creek and Council area. So again, just widening it out here. So again, I'll show you the rotation right here. Confirmed tornado. I'm going to see if there's any new information from the National Weather Service. All right, this is a statement about the other tornado warning. Okay, 8:08, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Cherry Grove, 12 miles west of Whiteville, moving east at 20 miles per hour. So that's the cell back in northwestern Columbus County. So that one, as of right now, is still a radar indicated tornado. But I don't have anything new as of yet on our confirmed tornado. Again, the last update we had. Yes, we do have a confirmed tornado. Let me read. This is Frances Weller asking for some information, so I'm going to give her some information on the confirmed tornado warning that we have in it's actually Bladen County right now. So it is Bladen County, the confirmed tornado that we have. Okay. I will try to do that while I'm on the air, but I will certainly try to do that. But probably go to the National Weather Service page, and you probably will see the actual warnings. If you click on the Bladen County warning, you'll probably be able to get the information there. But yeah, here it is. Oops, I think I skipped over it here, but I had it a second ago and I just lost it. But yes, okay, here it is. Okay, at 8:06, a confirmed tornado was located near the town of Elkton. Elkton is the town, 7 miles north of Whiteville. That's where we had the tornado. Now, it is moving east at 25 miles per hour. As mentioned, some of the other towns, it would be moving in the general direction of Elkton, the town of Emerson, the town of Lisbon. That's all in southern portions of Bladen County. It's not too far away from Clarkton, if that gives you a sense of where we are. We're talking about areas just to the south of Clarkton, and then it would move more in the direction of places like Carver's Creek, Council, that area, if the confirmed tornado is able to hold together. So we're talking about southern Bladen County, right around Clarkton, just to the south of Clarkton. That's where we're likely talking about. Well, yes. Well, the official statement from the National Weather Service, yes, near Elkton in southern Bladen County. Yes. That is correct. So I was conversing with our own Frances Weller just to kind of give her a sense. I'm going to widen it out here, just take a look at the latest warnings here, just one more time here. Obviously, we're most concerned about the southern Bladen County, northwestern Columbus County part of the warning, and especially Columbus County, I'd have to say. Especially, you can see this area right around Clarkton. This is the most concerning one right here, and we think the cell right now is just to the south of Clarkton, near the town of Elkton, and it's moving to the east. So again, Lisbon, again, right along 701, and then probably moving more in the direction of Highway 211. So between Lisbon and Rosendale would likely be where the storm would pass next. Both of these towns, if you're in either of these towns, you need to be taking shelter right now. And if it is able to hold together, it would probably be somewhere in the vicinity of Carver's Creek, Council area, maybe somewhere near South Elwell Ferry Road, too, if the storm is able to hold together. So that's the confirmed tornado. And then we have another tornado warning back here. This is radar indicated tornado south of Cerro Gordo. Looks like Cherry Grove is now in the clear. Cherry Grove is now out of the tornado warning. Remember, that's where the circulation was a few minutes ago. I'll see where it is now. So as we zoom on in, this tornado warning has shrunk down in Columbus County, and it's getting a little harder to discern, but there's still probably some loose rotation. We'll say Cerro Gordo, Roseland, again, heading towards Wards. It doesn't look quite as put together as it did a few minutes ago, but if you're in the town of Wards or Roseland or Clare, any of these areas just to the south of Chadbourn, you need to be in your safe area. That's again, the radar indicated tornado in northwestern Columbus County. And then here, and again, you can kind of see, it doesn't look quite as impressive. I'm waiting for another update from the National Weather Service on that, see if we still have a confirmed tornado. Not sure if we do, but let me see the latest information we have. Okay. As I said, the other storm, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado near Cherry Grove or 12 miles west. Okay, that's moving east. That's the other cell. So Elkton in particular is probably the biggest area of concern at the moment. I'll circle the warning and kind of give you another storm track here in just a second. Let's see, right here. Here's the circulation right here, just southeast of Clarkton. And it is, as I said, kind of moving to the east now, kind of due east like this, maybe a little north of east, something like that. So again, along Highway 211, and then, so right now the circulation, again, we're at 817 right now. And as of the last report we had, that would put the storm not too far from Emerson. I'll go ahead and zoom on in here just to kind of give us a better sense of even a closer look on the map, just to give you a sense here. So again, there's Elkton. It looks like we have the circulation in the vicinity of Elkton right now. There it is. Yes, you can kind of see that. There's the circulation. So if you're in Elkton, danger time is now. You need to be in your safe place right now. You need to be in a basement. You need to be in an interior room, away from windows. You need to put as many walls between you and the storm as possible, as this is, at last check, a confirmed tornado on the ground in the vicinity of Highway 211. So it's right along Highway 211. There's Elkton right there. And as I mentioned, it is tracking due east right here. So again, next up would be Lisbon. Next up would be Rosendale, that area, as it is moving probably just a little bit north of due east at about 20-25 miles per hour. So again, at Elkton, right now, can't emphasize enough how important it is to be in your safe place. Clarkton, you'll probably soon be in the clear. It looks like the storm is now kind of east of Clarkton at this point. At least the rotation is to the east of Clarkton at this point. All right, just to reset here again, remind you of where you need to be. What do you do if a tornado warning is issued for your area? Getting some input here. Meteorologist Gannon was tracking in, and I kind of agree with him. He does think that the rotation on the southern storm, especially the one in Columbus County, that one's not looking as impressive. Still want to take it seriously, but we're not quite as concerned about that one since it's a radar-indicated tornado. But still, if you're around Wards, this is the time to take cover. And obviously, if you're anywhere in the vicinity of Clarkton or just to the east of Clarkton, that's our biggest concern area at the moment. So again, basement or storm shelter best if you've got it. A lot of people don't. That's okay, but the big thing is to put as many walls between you and the storm. Try to get some kind of interior closet, interior hallway, somewhere like that, where you've got as many walls between you and a potential storm as possible. So again, especially if you're in Elkton, or Lisbon, or the town of Emerson, any of these areas, you need to be doing that right now. All right, let's get a reset here just to give you a sense. Remember, both of these tornado warnings in effect until 8:30, so we've got about 10 more minutes to go on both of these warnings, and then we're going to kind of get a reset and see where we are. So there it is, 2 warnings. This one right here is the radar warned storm. Wards, Roseland. Not as many highways, it looks like, in this area, but it does include Highway 76 between Cerro Gordo and Chadbourn. Clarendon, technically in the warning, but again, it's particularly Wards, it looks like, where that rotation was. But again, that one's loosening up, so not as strong. The stronger of the 2 warnings is this one. We'll probably get an adjustment. We'll probably get an update on this warning, I would expect, very shortly from the National Weather Service. But as of yet, we do not have that update. Waiting for another update on that. Okay, we do have a report of we have a rotating cloud, rough and ready, 3 miles south of Chadbourn, okay? So that would be the other warning, but that might be an old report. Okay, so again, probably need to do an update here on the rotation areas, so we'll do that right now. Again, starting with our more serious storm right here. This is our confirmed tornado. Yeah, it looks like it's still holding together. Still pretty impressive rotation on that. I'm going to take a look at our debris product and see if we can identify anything there. Maybe a little bit. Not 100% obvious that there's producing debris, but certainly meteorologist Gabe Ross, just walking in, he's going to be assisting me with some information here.
I just saw the alert that...
do you have a mic on? Or
I do not.
I'll let you speak. If you've got some information, Gabe, feel free to share.
No, it's all good. Yeah, so it looks like, from what we've been able to determine, this tornado warning going to remain in effect here until 8:30, and I believe I just saw the push on the WECT News app that this tornado was, in fact, confirmed here for Bladen County. Correct. So just getting in here, obviously... apologies to anyone I may have cut off on the road getting over here, but we're talking about a dangerous situation here. So
I couldn't make anything on the debris product, but it is showing up pretty well on the velocity product. And again, I'll circle it for you. We've been following this here for a little while, Gabe. Mm-hmm. But this is the rotation area that we're concerned about. It's just to the east of Clarkton now. It looks like moving just to the north of Highway 211. Now the Weather Service was mentioning the town of Elkton. It looks like that's where the rotation center is right now. There may be a little bit ahead of where we are, but it looks like it's tracking east, maybe a little bit due north, a little bit north of east. Mm-hmm. But it looks like between Lisbon and Rosendale. So if you're in either Lisbon or Rosendale, please, can't emphasize enough that this is, again, we're not talking about a radar indicated tornado. We are talking about a confirmed tornado heading in this direction. So you need to go ahead and move to an interior room. You want to put as many walls between you and the storm as possible. We're really emphasizing that, but please do that. If you haven't done so, you're really running out of time. And then if this is able to hold together, it could be in the general direction of somewhere like Carver's Creek, maybe the Elwell Ferry Road, probably Council, it looks like now just outside of the tornado warning area, but that's an area we'll have to watch too, and maybe even Lagoon potentially down the road.
Yeah, I would say, Eric, if you're in spots like certainly Lisbon, but Lagoon, Carver's Creek, this is a system you need to watch. You have plenty of lead time looking into this, and again, because it is a basically radar confirmed tornado, we're kind of at the point here where you've got enough of a heads up. Go ahead and start moving to that safe space.
And let me show you some of the roads we're talking about too that would be in this general area. Bernie Ford Road, Mears Lane, Shepherd Road, White Plains Church Road. Any of these roads that we're talking about, you need to be in your safe place right now. Yep. You really do. Luckily, this is not the most populated area we talk about, but when you're talking about a confirmed tornado on the ground, this is a very potentially dangerous situation. I have not seen the latest on it looks like no new updates, at least as of yet. We'll take a quick check of the other warning area just to kind of see what's going on with that. But again, a little harder to make this one out, but the rotation is a lot looser. I guess you could say, but we did have some pretty good rotation earlier by the radar, a little bit further back towards the west near the town of Cherry Grove, but it looks like it's kind of loosening up. Tornado, again, we got about 6 more minutes to go on both of these tornado warnings. My guess is they're probably going to let this one in northwestern Columbus County expire. We'll have to see if that's the case, but that's probably my guess right now. But we're probably going to see an extension almost surely of this one. This one is really continuing to show. And at one point, and as of 8:06, we did have a confirmed tornado on the ground. Still waiting for another update from the National Weather Service on that particular storm. But all indications are from radar, this continues to be a very dangerous storm right here near and I'll go ahead and zoom on in here. And again, you can see it's kind of right here. It looks like it's kind of clearing Elkton right now.
Yeah.
Between Elkton and Bluefield, and that's where it is. And it looks like Lisbon, if this has got a little bit of a northward component to it, and at one point it kind of did, that's the town probably to be most concerned about heading. So let's just show you some of these areas here. Again, Rosendale Road.
At this point, it's probably pretty close to it, because remember, the radar data itself is anywhere from 90 to 120 seconds old. So that's why, lead time is important.
Yeah, Lisbon. Yeah, exactly. And if you're watching us, on some kind of streaming product, remember, you're not seeing us exactly at the moment. So yeah, if you're in Lisbon, this is probably very close to you at the moment. So again, really want to emphasize, and if that holds together, that's going to also move in the general direction of Highway 87. So Bladen Springs, too, that's right along Highway 87. That's an area to be concerned about. Lagoon, again, it may, if we're lucky, pass a little south of these areas, but I can't guarantee it. I'll go ahead and do a loop here. Maybe we can kind of discern. I'll do about a 15-minute loop here, maybe a 30-minute loop here, just kind of see what's going on in terms of the direction here of the cell. And again, that'll give us a sense of the movement. Don't have a lot of data there to go on, but yeah, it looks like it's probably, it definitely looks like it's making a turn towards Lisbon. I have to say that. So if you're in that vicinity, and again, just a reminder, let's take a look at the big picture here. Again, tornado warning, northwestern Columbus County. Again, probably near Wards at this point, so we're waiting for the latest information. I think we're going to get some updates here.
Yeah, the next.
Okay, we do have a big update here.
Okay, let's see it.
Okay, the tornado warning for northwestern Columbus County will expire. We thought it would.
Okay.
It officially is going to expire at 8:30. The tornado has diminished, and the tornado warning will be expiring. Still, the potential of some damaging winds. Remember, even when this tornado warning expires, we're still going to be under severe thunderstorm warning in these areas. So, but the good news is it looks like, as we've seen on the radar, rotation's loosening up. So that means we can now focus more on this particular warning, where we have definitely had a confirmed tornado on the ground in southern Bladen County. And by all indications, we still have rotation showing up. It's not been showing up really on the debris product, but definitely fairly tight. It may have loosened up just a little bit here with this latest image, but we certainly would not be in the clear by any stretch.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll likely get another update here in the next few minutes.
Yeah,
just
we
based on
will
that
be. And
cell,
again, I
such
suspect it's moving a little bit north of due east. And again, Lisbon is really the area right now that we've got to be most concerned about. And and after that, it looks like it very well move over Highway 87 in the vicinity of the Bladen Springs area and potentially moving into Lagoon. So think about it. Bladen Springs, Lagoon, those are the places you need to. And we'll probably, again, have an official update here in just a few moments. I suspect that we're going to see the warning in Bladen County, at least, continued, most likely, based on what we're seeing with the radar.
Okay. Looks like they're going to let that severe thunderstorm warning expire as well in Columbus County. So it's basically all that means is that the winds, the rain, they have, really in this point, we're talking about, winds primarily 60-mile-per-hour winds and greater than that. And so that's going to be allowed to expire.
And the interesting thing, Gabe, here, this is just a quick look. I haven't really looked at too much of it. This is just the regular Doppler image that you're more accustomed to seeing. You see these cells they don't look that impressive, really, just on the regular Doppler, not producing typically the prolific amounts of rain that you normally see. And I mean, even this cell, I mean, yeah, there's some heavy rain, but not as heavy as you oftentimes see. But that can show you that, you know, you can still get the rotation if the environment is right. And we certainly have the right environment tonight for these storms to rotate, and that's exactly what we're seeing.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say certainly agreeing with you there, Eric, and that the rotation perhaps not as pronounced as it was initially. That could be a good sign, but, you know,
No, we're not in the clear.
We're not in the clear at this point. So.
I'm going to be pretty shocked if this is not extended. It does look better, but probably not to the point you'd probably want to. You're probably going to have to extend this warning.
Yeah.
Again, something like this. So again, Lisbon, Highway 87, Lagoon, and I think as we zoom on in, you're going to see a few more towns. You can see, as we mentioned, Bladen Springs right there on Highway 87.
Yep. Highway 53 too.
And Highway 53, yeah. So 87 and 53 could potentially both be impacted by the storm. Now, hopefully it is weakening, but we certainly can't guarantee it. It's still, the rotation's there.
What do some of those wind speeds look like?
I was checking that earlier. Not super strong, but it, yeah, it's definitely. I mean, let's see.
Just enough for a little
30. I mean, not super strong, but the rotation is very much there, and we're not. And I haven't really been able to make anything out either on the debris product either. But there's rotation. I mean, and the very fact we had a confirmed tornado shows that this storm has had a history. And this is not just the radar indicated tornado. This is the real deal. It has, at least at one point, produced a tornado on the ground. And right now, the circulation that at one point was producing. Okay, here we go. We got a new tornado warning.
Got a new one, and it'll take just a couple of seconds here for us to update and chat. But I think sure enough, kind of what we're looking at here is that
I can go ahead and zoom on.
Is going to be
we'll go ahead and
extended.
Yes. And in fact, so we're going to have the updated information here. So stick around here. We're going to have the updated information here coming in just a minute. But we can see there is graphically the new tornado warning, which we knew was coming. Also
going to see that same information crawling across the bottom of your screen.
So Lisbon, Lagoon. So some of the towns we've been talking about: Bladen Springs, Lagoon. Yes. So both Highway 87, Highway 53, any roads too around these highways as well. You need to be taking your cover right now in your safe space. Gabe, you want to go ahead and read out the information we have on the tornado warning?
Yep, sure. So again, this is going to go until 9 o'clock. So we're going to stick with you here for another half hour. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. So this is a little different. There's still enough rotation, but no real confirmation at this point if that is still the same cell that's on the ground. It says radar indicated at this point. A tornado, of course, they mentioned was reported earlier by emergency management north of Whiteville. So same things, flying debris, that kind of stuff you want to pay close attention to. You could see the updated polygon on your screen. It does include Lagoon, It also includes Kelly in there as well. So they've extended the cone. The cone extends this way out of necessity. You kind of think, to tropical storms and that kind of thing, how, the shorter or the closer to the time you actually are, the less leeway you've got. Now, the farther out in time we go, the next 30 minutes, it's got a little more flexibility. So that's why that cone out of necessity is a little longer.
Just to throw out some roads kind of in this general area, we've got Phillips Wright Drive, Barney Cove Road, we've got Outback Drive. Again, all these are all extension roads off of Highway 53. Also, as we mentioned, around Highway 87, of course, as well.
And real quick, Lagoon, you're probably the most at risk here in the next few minutes. Around 8:35 is when this
Bladen
is
Springs
predicted.
too. Bladen Springs too.
So don't want to completely rule them out either. But around 8:35 is going to be that time to sort of look.
In fact, we'll do a storm track here in just a minute. Here, just going to show you. Yeah, it looks like slowly but surely the rotation. So the good news is now we don't have a confirmed tornado on the ground. So that's a step in the right direction. Doesn't mean we're out of the woods, but it's certainly a step in the right direction. But again, the rotation's there, right there, as we mentioned, around Lisbon. And we're going to put the storm track a little bit northeast. And again, it looks like that's kind of what the Weather Service is saying, too.
It's kind of a slow mover here, too. It's only moving at about 25 miles per hour. So it doesn't have a lot of speed.
Not a super fast storm. And again, you can see Lagoon right there, town of Rowan, Bladen. So, Bladen Springs and Lagoon. Those are probably the two big towns right now. If you're in the vicinity if you're in either of these towns, you need to be in your safe shelter right now. You need to be heading to your basement. You need to be heading to your interior room or closet right now. Yep,
absolutely right. We're going to ask our newsroom folks, of course, if they're within earshot, and I know that they are. They're obviously working hard behind the scenes. You're likely getting some of these alerts to your WECT news app if you're joining us there, and of course on the First Alert Weather app. But we ask if you have photos, perhaps you're out of the warned area. That's the most important. Be out of the warned area.
Yes.
throw those over to our See It, Snap It, Send It section. Also tag the National Weather Service in this too. If this winds up being a confirmed tornado, stuff like this will help them determine perhaps strength, severity, all of those kind of factors there too. So again, the most interior room of your house, away from the windows, because that flying debris, really the most dangerous thing that we look at here. So we'll check back in real quick as we get the new update here on the base velocity as it loads. Again, the only active warning in southeastern North Carolina is now firmly in Bladen County, and that goes until 9 o'clock. Let's look back at how these systems have really progressed here in the last hour or so. And Eric, you can speak to this.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, Gabe, we had some indications of a little bit of rotation, and I was looking on social media a little bit before these, we started getting warnings in our areas, but it looks like there was some activity in Robeson County near the town of Pembroke, and then there was also a warning up around Sampson County, which included Roseboro area, Clinton area. So these storms kind of came on quickly, and really all day they really hadn't been showing much signs of rotation. But suddenly, about 7:30 this evening, we began to start to see some rotation with some of these cells, and things really took off from there.
Yeah, right you are. And as just, looking at the eyeball test here, one of the things that it's not as impressive, yes, but you still notice some
it's still there. You got to stay in your safe area if you're in Lagoon or Bladen Springs or Lisbon. You need to be in your safe area. We are not out of the woods. This is still showing some rotation. Then tornado warnings continue.
And it's these bright spots, just as you're looking at the screen, we're looking under the hood with this, of course, with base velocity. So it's these bright spots that we look for inbound and outbound velocity as well. Just going to take a quick check of some of this velocity. It doesn't look like it's changed all that much. So we've got outbound velocity, 35 miles per hour, and almost stationary inbound velocity. So, this kind of coincides with the fact that it's moving very slow. It's just some general rotation, but enough to where at the speed that it's going, the speed that it's rotating to, that this is enough.
I think we can safely say this rotation area has been weakening here over the last 10 to 15 minutes, but it's not weakening quickly. That's the emphasis. It's still very much there. You still got to pay attention to this and take it seriously. And if you're in the path of this rotation, you've got to continue to stay in your safe area until this tornado warning expires or is canceled.
Gotcha. I'm being told that that we have some video that has come into our newsroom from Abbotsburg.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Kiara, for telling us that. And not too far away from where the initial warning came into play here. And who sent this in to us, Kiara? Do you have a name on that? Heath Thompson sent this about 23 minutes ago.
Looks like there might be some rotation with that cloud, but I can't make anything specific out.
And we can't confirm anything.
No,
either.
not at all.
So,
not at all.
We have to go on. Take a look at that.
Maybe a little something there.
Yeah, we're seeing this video for the first time here, folks. So please bear with us as we kind of analyze what's going on. But still, enough to where I could very much understand the necessity of calling this tornado warning for sure.
No doubt about that.
Yep. All right, so we'll go back to Max. Thank you so much, Control Room, for helping us out there. We appreciate it. New scan coming in. This one maybe not as impressive as the last one, but again, you're going to see this a lot between scans. Every 90 to 120 seconds, some are going to be a little brighter, and others not as much.
And we're emphasizing the National Weather Service is not going to cancel this tornado warning until they see clear evidence that there is no rotation. We're not at that point yet, so you've got to continue to stay in your safe area. Got a new update? Is that
it looks like it looks like that was for 8:33 expiring for Bladen and Columbus. So we got that one.
That's the original warning.
The original warning. So beyond that, nothing new here. So it's 8:37. We're going to stick with you here for another 23 minutes.
And hopefully we continue.
The warning's canceled.
And we hope each scan we're going to see less and less evidence of the rotation. But again, we're not going to sound the all clear until we've got clear evidence that there's no rotation. We are not at that point yet.
Yep, absolutely right. So we'll get you kind of repositioned here. So
might do a storm track here.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Is let's get a storm track on this. Again, it's not moving all that quick. We're only talking maybe 25
miles per hour.
So it's not much. So if we go out here. This is going to cheat it just a little bit. If we go out about 23 minutes here, it's going to go a little bit beyond where the warning is, but that's all right. So places like Rowan, as we're now starting to cross over into the extreme tip there of Pender County, You guys might want to be keeping an eye on this too.
Yes.
Again, we're going off sort of the general trajectory here of the warning polygon. You see it's more so hugging the northern flank of the polygon.
It does seem to be doing that.
So, but we still need to keep our eyes peeled. Anyone that's,
Yeah.
kind of upwinded this, you'll want to be.
And I
close
think we can
attention.
safely say that this looked a lot more impressive, say, 10, 15, 20 minutes ago than it does right now. But hopefully we're in the weakening phase, and hopefully it will continue to weaken. But until we get that confirmation that the warning is canceled or expired, we will continue to stay with you.
Yeah, let's talk about what we could possibly deal with the rest of the evening, Eric, and that would be some additional cells that
Right.
could certainly, get your attention as you're
Well,
going to bed tonight. I think the worst of this looks mainly like it's wrapping up, and that's a good
Yeah.
sign. But these kind of convective
Yeah. What's
cells,
interesting is we had a
you
big
know.
batch of rain kind of move through, and that kind of looked like we were starting to clear out, and then these cells started to pop up, and it looked like, and then they started to rotate. I mean, and the rotation that we didn't think was there. What probably happened was for a lot of the day we had temperatures stuck in the lower 70s. We just didn't have that lower level instability, and then ironically, once the main batch of rain moved out, we probably started to get a little bit of that lower level instability, and that's what finally allowed some of the rotation, which was there, to finally start to show itself here recently.
Yeah.
But it looks like most of the convection is, in fact, now moving out of the area. Not to say we couldn't see more development around here later on this evening.
Yeah, it doesn't look like. I mean, obviously, southeastern North Carolina in the midst here of the only tornado warning, or Bladen County rather, in the midst of the only warning here in southeastern North Carolina, I should say. I promise I'm much better with words here in situations like this, but you understand that this right now seems to be the most active that we're seeing pretty much all around the Cape Fear region. So
Yeah.
if we can get through this, then hopefully we'll be sitting pretty.
Yeah,
here the rest of the
Lisbon.
evening.
I think you're probably had whatever's going to happen in Lisbon has probably happened at this point, and now we're focusing in on Bladen Springs. It looks like that's again tracking right along the northern part of that warning area, but Bladen Springs, right along Highway 87. That appears to be our next target location, and then right after that, as you've been mentioning, the town of Lagoon. So Bladen Springs, Lagoon, very important that you're in a safe area right now.
Absolutely, and of course, this is a more rural section of our viewing area. We do realize that. We know that a lot of our population here is based in the Wilmington metro and densely populated Brunswick County and stuff. We're still going to be on the air because we still have coverage out here, and there are still folks that live out in these rural areas. So much like we would be for Wilmington, we're going to be there for those that are inland as well. So, I realize that we're cutting into a little bit of programming here. You can always stream those programs online. Those will always be on repeats.
They'll be there.
But especially in a situation like this, where there have been law enforcement confirmations of tornadoes on the ground, we're going to take this seriously, and we're going to stick with this here, folks. So we appreciate your understanding, of course, here. Getting a new radar scan, hopefully in the next minute or so. Nothing new from the
Nothing new.
National Weather Service. So I guess at this point,
To wait and see. Hopefully,
it is-
hopefully we continue to see this thing wind down, but we're still not there yet, obviously.
I'm being asked in the control room if I'm in the Nightside group chat. I am not in the Nightside group chat. I'm being told we have video from Columbus County. Again, is there any way we can get that attached and maybe to air for us?
Yeah, that
Okay,
would be
cool.
good.
So they're going to work on that in the control room. I was just being told by our producer, Kiara, that we have some new video that has been sent in to us. They're going to work to get that ingested into our video system and play out here as we continue to keep an eye on this system. This is also from Columbus County, I believe I'm told. So they're going to continue to work on that as we continue to watch this cell for you here in real time. No big changes, but again, the structure perhaps
Just enough.
not
We
as
got to continue to
pronounced.
monitor it. Yeah.
Yeah, just enough to where we've got to keep an eye on. Let's take a look at some of the other products that we can investigate here. Let's just look at the general velocity of this storm in total, and you can still see a semblance here. And
New
there's,
scan
of course,
there,
a new
and
scan
it
that
looks like
just
it maybe
came
loosened
in.
up a little more.
Yeah, so I will jump back here into our base velocity. Yeah,
A little bit.
just a little bit, I think,
Yeah.
by comparison.
Not
But-
there yet. Not there yet in terms of them.
But the storm as a whole, still exhibiting enough broad rotation
Yes.
in that sense, kind of at the upper
Yeah.
levels. Then we get down here to the base. That's why we call this base velocity, and get kind of a better idea a little closer to the ground here.
You can certainly still have a tornado. I mean, we want to emphasize that. You can still have a tornado in a situation like this. So you really need to, at Bladen Springs, Lagoon, you've got to really continue to take this seriously. I think we're trending in the right direction, but we're not there yet in terms of being able to sound an all clear by any stretch.
Yep, right you are. Let's just double check on chat here. Still, the last thing
nothing
we have
new.
from them is about 8:33. very.
I think they're waiting to see what happens. Is this thing going to wind down? Oh, we got video. Let's see.
We got the video now, so they'll go ahead and play that back. Okay,
Let's
again,
see.
this is from Columbus County. This is coming up to Air Force right now.
Oh,
and that's okay.
Yeah, at minimum, that's a funnel. There might even be a little debris there, possibly.
I think I see some
that
debris
might be.
spinning around.
I mean, we don't want to say confirmed tornado, but that could be. That could be the real deal right there. But
Old Lumberton Road and
certainly
Red
a funnel
Store
for
Road
sure.
is what we're being told. Old Lumberton Road and Red Store Road.
where exactly is the location of this?
That's what I was just saying. Old Lumberton Road
Old
and
Lumberton
Red
Road.
Store.
Okay. Okay,
Northwest
northwest
of
of Whiteville.
Whiteville,
Okay,
right,
okay,
yeah,
okay. Yes, that makes sense.
Gotcha. Our thanks to the guys in the control room for getting us the latest pictures and video. Again, if you find yourself in this warning polygon, we don't want you to send in video.
Yeah.
We want you to stay hunkered down.
right.
But maybe you're in one of the areas along the Columbus and Bladen
Yeah,
County line, maybe back toward Clarkton or other places to the southwest. If you have video, please send it in to us. See it, snap it, send it. It's the easiest way to do that. Also, if you're going to post it to social media, please tag the National Weather Service, because that will help them out a lot, again, as they start to kind of piece this together, if you will, in the time afterwards. New scan hopefully coming in here in about the next minute or so. We should get something new. But again, active tornado warning still remains firmly now for Bladen County. That goes until
Time is
9 o'clock.
8:44. Maybe we want to just kind of well, I guess we're kind of, it says the only warning. We can probably just go with this. But yeah, we're about 15 minutes right now from this warning expiring.
Getting ready to cross Highway 87. In fact, it probably is already crossed.
So we're in.
Bladen
It's in the vicinity of
Springs
Bladen Springs right now.
and Lagoon. If you guys can hear us there, you should be hunkered and in place. And likely
And it won't be
within the
long.
next few
That's a
minutes.
very short jump from Bladen Springs to Lagoon. So
Yeah.
Lagoon, you definitely need to be in your safe place right now.
Highway 87 to Highway 53. There you go. It is just a hop,
Very-
skip, and a
very-
jump.
very
thereabouts.
short jump there.
This is just south. Notice this is just south of White Lake.
Yes,
So
so
White Lake
is
you're
not in the warning.
In the warning, not in the polygon. In fact, based on kind of what we're seeing here with the Doppler sweep, you're picking up a couple of light
Yeah.
showers by comparison,
Yeah.
right? So
if
it's
you look
amazing
off to the
what
south, you're going to see it though.
yeah, it's amazing what just a few miles can really differentiate here and there.
Yep, I'm gonna come.
okay.
I'll let you
Yeah,
go, Gabe.
I'm gonna steer the ship. Eric is gonna step out of the studio real quick, so we'll make sure to cut his microphone so that way we don't have to do that. If you'll go ahead and cut his microphone control, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just in case we need to kind of get some stuff taken care of there behind the scenes. Our news team, John Evans, walking in here, and of course they're fielding phone calls. They're trying to take a look at stuff as we're getting it in here. Again, 846, just crossing Highway 87. Okay, we have a new update in, and I think this is going to be one that you'll all appreciate. The tornado warning for southeastern Bladen County is now canceled. That is a relief. The storm that prompted the warning, weakening below severe limits, no longer appears capable of producing a tornado. So, Eric, sure enough, and look at this latest scan.
Right.
I think that verifies
Right.
that.
Still some weak rotation, but I think we're now definitely we've reached that threshold where we would not be seeing a tornado. We've been watching the numbers on the gate-to-gate shear, and they have been coming down. So yes, that rotation is now probably more in the mid levels and not really capable of reaching the ground at this point.
In fact, let's take a look real quick at the relative velocity.
Yeah, that's really come down
definitely
to.
more so,
Yeah, that's definitely come down to. So yes, it is looking much better.
Cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to hang here for just a couple more minutes here, so that way our folks in master control can get us ready to return to regularly scheduled programming. Once they give us the thumbs up, we'll continue to do that. But again, we can tell you that this tornado warning that was originally set to expire at 9 o'clock is now canceled.
And again, you see no tornado warnings now on the map.
Yep, right you are. But hey, the Doppler's still kind of active in spots. A few showers are still going to be left over with this cluster, so they're going to get your attention in Bladen County. Still a few leftover showers in Whiteville. Eric, of course, going to be keeping a close eye on the radar here the rest of the evening.
Right.
But I would say certainly the next hour or so, if you're getting ready to head to bed, just a good idea to keep an eye on the radar, keep an eye on your phone, especially if you've got your WECT First Alert weather app set up to get you alerts. Just a good idea, perhaps, as you wind down.
Probably should mention down the road, we're probably going to have a little bit of a break here, but there are some indications that we may get some thunderstorms. Some of the models are showing some thunderstorms redeveloping possibly during the overnight hours. So make sure you have your WECT weather app. I don't think the odds are that high of a tornado warning overnight, but it's not zero. So you need to make sure you have your WECT weather app. Go to settings and make sure your severe severe weather alerts are on, Gabe.
Yep, absolutely right. So again, thanks so much for hanging with us as we get you through this tornado warning. Going to get you back to regularly scheduled programming now. Again, that tornado warning for Bladen County allowed to, or actually canceled early. We're going to have the latest updates over on Fox Wilmington starting at 10 o'clock, and of course right back here on WECT News at 11. Should something change in the meantime, we'll be right back here on TV to keep you covered. So now we'll get you back to regularly scheduled programming.